In fact, both Jokers. It doesn't matter what Joker. There was 2 Jokers in this movie, and both of them just rotted in prison. And to only let him be the Joker for 12 minutes, and for 6 of those minutes, he's giving his best Froghorn Leghorn impression. You're totally right. This movie is a ripoff. It's just the HR version of Fight Club. It's Fight Club, but you're not allowed to be Tyler Durden. I liked the Joker. Okay? Sue me. I'm supposed to feel bad about liking the Joker? Why don't they make Batman fans go to a movie and watch him get It had to be the Joker, didn't it? If Jared Leto would have been in this movie, I guarantee you creatively he would have not let this happen to his character. They let in this movie, we're 159 in, and in this movie, the credits, they can't credit Joaquin Phoenix with Joker. He can only be credited with Arthur Fleck. But this fucking nobody gets Joker under his name. You know? And who is he dressed up as? Arthur Fleck! So how the fuck does this make any sense? In this, he shoots the cameraman right there?
Yeah. That's an obvious.
So they shoot the camera and shoot the cameraman. What was the creative choice there to shoot the cameraman and to shoot the camera and make it bloody and fall over from the audience's point of view? I think that's Todd Phillips directly saying to the audience and in the middle of this movie, I want to kill you. He shoots you in the face through the camera, and then if that's not enough, he shoots the cameraman because he was just standing next to you and he's still pissed off. The madman performance that Joaquin Phoenix gave in Joker 1 that gave him the Oscar of Best Actor. I mean, just on the set of the Murray Franklin show, like, what a performance. You know, that is a madman. That is a madman. There was none of that in this movie. There was none of that. The guy who won the Oscar for Joker isn't the Joker. So why would you want to take that away from the world? Why would you want to take your gift away from the world? You gave the world a gift. Everyone who indulges in comic books and movies and TV shows to make an escape, they find characters they love, and to take that away, to take that back from people, I think that's the number one reason why most people don't like this movie, is because they feel like something was taken away from them. That, you know, the joy that they experienced from the first movie, the feeling of knowing that there is a Joker out there, Joaquin Phoenix Joker, you know, and then learning that, oh, he's not really the Joker. It just kind of makes the whole thing messy. Connor was the Joker is the whole argument. So that essentially trumps every argument that I can mount against this movie as well. He's not actually the Joker. Connor's the Joker. Connor, what's his name?
Steinberg.
They make these movies because they think they need to help us with our moral compass. When, you know, they don't realize that daycare costs have gone up 300% in the last couple of years. So, you know, I'm not really worried about whether it's right to paint my face and go shoot Jimmy Fallon. In the last movie, he didn't care about his mom and he killed her. But in this movie, you're essentially saying he can't be the Joker because he cares about his goons. You know, the only new costume he gets is 90s used car salesman business suit Joker. This movie feels like dealing with someone who has a fake mental illness. That's what it is. I've now figured out the tone of this movie. This whole movie is a reaction to the media's reaction, which was just basically something that was made up in the first place, which is just all mental illness. It's just someone telling you, oh, shoot, there's something wrong with you, and then you freaking out and doing all this stuff to correct it, and then you making the entire situation worse. This is where he decides to become the Joker. An hour and 22 minutes into the movie, he finally decides he's no longer going to be the Joker in just dream fun musical sequences. No more Joker interpretive dance. For an hour and 22 minutes, the only time you see the Joker is when he's doing a interpretive dance. But at the 1 hour and 22 minute mark, Arthur Fleck finally says, "It's Joker time, baby." Guess how long that fucking lasts? It lasts 12 minutes and then he gets... I refuse to spend 6 weeks editing a video analyzing the Joker 2 like I did last time. If this movie is going to make me feel like shit, I'm not going to go frame by frame and spend all this time trying to dissect what Todd Phillips was trying to do here. I think it's pretty obvious to anyone who saw the movie what Todd Phillips is trying to do here. The Joker. Why do I see people online trying to justify that in some type of way? Like, it's not just about what the movie is trying to tell you. It's about how the audience feels watching it. Right? That's why media literacy is so stupid. Because, like, who gives a shit? Like, all that matters is, you know, are you able to escape thinking about having to pay your mortgage for like 2 hours? These fucking people don't get that. They have no grasp of what the actual movie theater going experience is, because their movie theater going experience, they all do a bunch of coke and then they watch some piece of shit on screen and then they give it a 17-minute standing ovation and then go rip more coke later. And they think that that's probably similar to what our movie going experience is, I'm guessing. All right, I'd like to actually do the intros as well over again, just in case. Joker 2, welcome to the Joker 2, Joker Fale et Deux. I'm Janitor, welcome to the internet's Janitor channel. You know you can get the latest Joker news, latest Joker 2 news. What a piece of crap this ended up being. We're always talking about the Joker. Holy shit. Joker. This is the second time I'm watching Joker 2, which is 2 times too many. You wonder, at what point writing this did they think it was going to work out? Did Todd Phillips think just talking about all the iconic stuff from the first movie was going to also make this movie iconic? You really do think that they made this movie bad on purpose?
Yeah.
So they made it bad on purpose in terms of they just have bad taste, or like that they wanted to piss off the audience?
I think it's a little of both.
I even walked into opening night with an open mind, even after hearing all of the negative reviews and after seeing some really weird memes. I saw the movie like one day late or whatever, and I logged on to X and I saw some really weird memes and I was like, that's weird. But the movie's probably going to be good. You know, was my thought process. Like, that's weird. But can't wait to go spend money and go see Joker 2. And the memes were real, and it was not good. The plot points of the movie are go to jail, talk about being sad in jail, go to trial, fail to be the Joker because it's mean, finally escape, get rejected by Lady Gaga on the stairs, and then go back to jail, and then get stabbed by the real Joker, whose name is Connor. I was offended. It had to be the Joker, didn't it? Like if anyone was gonna get, if any iconic Gwyneth Paltrow was in Endgame, why didn't they shove Thanos' down her? That's terrible. But you know what? They wouldn't. What am I thinking? They should have did that, but just off screen. As long as you do it off screen, it's fine.
That did happen off screen, but Thanos was Harvey Weinstein.
When you think about all the fictional characters that had it coming, people were getting too excited about the Joker. Airbrushing them on their Subarus, getting tattoos, making fan films, trying to overthrow the government. Did he honestly think that just by throwing another Joker in at the end of the movie and having him carve up his face and stab a guy in the stomach a couple times and laugh like a dumb idiot, that we were going to be like, oh, can't wait to see more of that guy? This movie got an 11-minute standing ovation.
Where?
When it was first shown. In like the whatever rich snob Coke festival of movie-going people. You know, where they show the film and at the end they stand and they clap for sometimes like 37 minutes for some reason. I don't know, these people are nuts. Like, you can see Joaquin Phoenix after the movie while everyone's clapping, talking to Lady Gaga and saying that he thinks the movie sucks. Have you seen that? The meta stuff around this movie is very interesting. Phillips didn't initially want to do a sequel, but because it was the most financially successful R-rated film of all time, they immediately greenlit a sequel and even created the DC label Black for a more R-rated DC movie universe. Then this came out, and now the articles are saying that DC label Black is dead. They are willing to build and destroy an entire cinematic universe around the success and failure of a single movie. This comment comes to us from Chronic Brightside 8757. In this movie, in the last movie, he didn't care about his mom and he killed her. But in this movie, you're essentially saying he can't be the Joker because he cares about his goons, his henchmen. He cares about their feelings and how he made Danny DeVito cry on the stand. Who would have guessed that all of Joker 1 and all of Joker 2 was really just Connor Story's story?
Our boy.
Yeah. The worst part of this entire movie is how Arthur gets violated in Arkham by the guards, and that's just the thing that makes him abandon the Joker persona. The guards never face any consequences for this. Absolutely vile. I will take that one step further, and I thought that this is where this comment was going. Him being sexually assaulted when he was a child is what made his life so hard in Joker 1, which made people feel so bad for him. It's just like his whole life was just so terrible that yes, he snapped. To kind of bring that back around and for that to be a plot point, such a big plot point, but it wasn't a big plot point in the first one, but for that to be part of the first one where he got assaulted as a child, and then to do it again in this movie, and the two didn't even really seem connected. It just seemed like, oh, it happens again. Like, what? How many times how many times are you gonna write that into his character arc? Truly world class. Yeah, this movie feels like dealing with someone who has a fake mental illness. That's what it is. I've now figured out the tone of this movie, because the whole thing is made up. Here's why it's so dumb. We moved on. Everyone flipped out about Joker 1. The media, all the soccer moms, everyone was worried. Joker 1, there's going to be people getting hurt at the theaters. Don't go, But then nothing happened. In fact, I think there was a gang fight at a showing of Frozen 2 that weekend instead. Now, for this round, there was none of that. I was almost upset. Like, Joker 2's coming out. We're now expecting violence this time. There was no coverage this time around about this movie being problematic by any part of the media. Maybe that's just because it had Lady Gaga's involvement. It was going to be a musical. The machine that hated this movie the first time wasn't attacking it upon its release this time around without even knowing the plot. So doesn't that give them the green light to kind of do what they did last time and continue the story and build upon it? Instead, he chose to apologize and undo all the goodwill he did in the first movie when no one was even asking him to. As far as I know. Maybe someone was asking him to. Maybe his mom asked him. Some HR lady somewhere was like, hey, you made a mean movie and you made a bunch of guys really riled up. This is the first actual anti-movie I've ever seen. Even Morbius and Madam Web gained superpowers, changed, and had new goals at the end of their movie. Further proof that at the end, Jared Leto just gets the last laugh. Right. Morbius was better than this. And I had a panic attack in the middle of Morbius and left. Someone needs to take everyone from Hollywood and put them in a seminar. I thought that was going somewhere else. That tells them that subverting expectations is only good when that replaces those expectations with more interesting things. Otherwise, it's just bad. What that was replaced with was Connor Story, whatever his name is, the new Joker, the real Joker of Joker 1 and 2, Connor Story. The guy who won the Oscar for Joker isn't the Joker. It's
Connor.
Well, no, he didn't win the Oscar.
But
Yeah.
should've.
No, he only had like I think of a total of like maybe 13 seconds of screen time. So no, he really didn't deserve shit. I think that's why people are so pissed off, because he did absolutely fucking nothing. He was not in any part involved in the movie at all in the first one, and he's just an Easter egg for fucking new rock stars to talk about him in the background of the second movie. He fucking did nothing. He is the worst Joker ever. Fuck you to that Joker in particular. It is a really stupid idea. Which, right, they were going to build an entire dark universe around this Joker. Who the hell, like, how does that even make sense? For the second movie, they decide to not even make him the real villain. So who the hell is this universe about? The Arthur Fleck universe. Social Experiment 232. What I don't get is, if he didn't want the audience to sympathize with the Joker, then why did they go so out of their way to make the audience sympathize with him? They told the whole story about his mom, his mental illness, his struggles to fit in and be accepted and whatever. If they wanted him to be taken as an irredeemable incel POS, then why didn't they just write him that way? The whole point of you shouldn't have even liked him in the first movie is so ridiculous. Exactly. Everyone felt really bad for him. And just to watch the transformation, I think everyone wants that in themselves. Not everyone wants to transform in that way. Not everyone wants to transform and commit heinous acts. But everyone wants to believe that they have something inside them, that there is a part of them that can be their real authentic selves. Unfortunately, in Joker 1, Arthur Fleck's real authentic self is pushed to the point where he becomes a psychotic mass murderer. And the only reason that is interesting is because it's in a fictional TV show, or it's in a fictional movie or whatever. So his authentic self is a mass murderer, but you yourself, the movie viewer, the people who went to see Joker 1, the 2 million people who watched my Joker review and enjoyed my in-depth analysis of it, you yourself don't want your authentic self to be a mass murderer. You just want to be your authentic self, right? And maybe that's why you enjoyed the movie. Secretly, maybe you didn't understand that. That's why. You enjoyed the movie because you want to believe, even if you can be pushed to certain extremes in your life under terrible circumstances, that you can transform into someone else. But you know what? They screwed up the Joker too, so I don't know what to believe anymore. You know, my new favorite villain is Homelander. This comment comes to us from Matt Albee. This movie is sort of a fascinating social experiment. There's the people who saw the first movie and said to themselves, this is very clearly not the Joker for a large variety of reasons. And then there's people who saw this movie, were mad and outraged by the ending, so clearly they thought he was.
This guy didn't have that opinion until he saw people start posting on Reddit that was never the Joker.
This guy thinks there's people who saw the first movie and said to themselves, this is very clearly not the Joker for a large variety of reasons. Yeah, I don't agree with you. You're an idiot. You're actually an idiot. Absolutely nobody online, absolutely nobody who is worth anything was talking about how that's not really the Joker. Nobody that's worth anything. Go look at Jeremy Johns, Chris Stuckman, I don't know, Red Letter Media, I don't know, any single YouTuber who is worth a grain of salt talking about Joker. Please provide clips for me of people coming out of that movie, and one of the main points of the movie, or one of the main takeaways of that movie, was that he wasn't really the Joker. I don't know anybody who had that take in 2019. Jeremy Johns gave it his #1 movie of the year because he liked the Joker so much. And you know who else liked the Joker, surprisingly? The goddamn Academy. They gave him a fucking award for a comic book character. You're telling me that everyone who saw the movie, everyone who reviewed the movie, and the Academy who gave him an award for the movie, they were all doing that, but in their heart of hearts were believing that he wasn't the real Joker, and that the real Joker would be revealed later to us.
I'm looking through Reddit for before this movie came out to see if there was a single post of anyone saying, like, do you guys notice there's details where maybe Arthur Fleck might not be the Joker? And I can't find a single post about it.
I'm sure there is something out there. I'm sure someone will prove me wrong and say, oh, user Big Chungus 116 said in 2021 that, hey, I'm starting to think this might not be the real Joker, blah, blah, blah. But and I'm sure that kind of theory out there exists. But that was not the theme of Joker 1. You cannot go back to Joker 1 and rewatch that movie and say at the end of the movie, the theme is he doesn't know if he's Joker or not. He very much has completely become manic and become the Joker that we all know and love. In a very, and we got to see it happen in such a raw way. You got to see the Joker with bathing his mom in the tub and feeling so lonely that he puts himself into a refrigerator and, pretending to be a big shot and accidentally shooting a gun. And just even the way he walks, he's such a loser. He walks like a loser even when he murders people. Okay, all right, so someone actually did call this on the Joker subreddit, which is just the freaking worst. I've seen the film 3 or 4 times now, and although I understand the film to be mostly masterful work, I'm constantly taken aback that our main protagonist is supposed to become the immortalized supervillain, the Joker. How am I supposed to believe that Arthur Fleck is even capable of becoming the Joker? A maniac, terrifying manipulative orchestrator, an executor of complex plans with a seemingly endless barrage of goons. Apparently, Todd Phillips maintains that he has purposely left it ambiguous to whether Arthur Fleck would become the actual Joker. I just don't know how to interpret the film, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so, I guess that guy called it, okay. Yeah, I felt that way. But that... It was the origins of the Joker. I get what that guy is saying, but as the Joker started doing whatever he wanted to do, he started a huge movement. He had goons. This guy's complaining. He's like, we're supposed to believe that he can control goons. Yeah, he did it by accident. Like, this is there's some realism here, kind of, and it's kind of like, it feels like more like a real movement, where it's like in regular Joker movies, he has the henchmen, and you're like, how the heck do those guys work for him, or whatever. But in this, like in Joker 1, you see it's like, yeah, there's like the underclass who is upset, and then this dude commits this violent murder, and for some reason, people take sides on it politically. He becomes a very polarizing character, and then he publicly assassinates a figure that sends everything into a chaos frenzy. And although he is sent to the correctional facility, he comes out essentially a changed person with a cult-like following. And he's so changed that he can commit violent acts even to a simple psychologist lady who is just asking him some questions. That's how the ending is left. But in this movie, he feels bad for the midget. Fuck. I don't know. I don't think that's interesting. I thought that he was building. I thought that Todd Phillips, personally, from Joker 1, was building the type of Joker origin story that I couldn't conceive. That's what it was. Todd Phillips built a Joker origin story in Joker 1 that I could not conceive. It was so good. And I believed that he could continue to transform and, become the crazy, You know, when he was in character and just deep in his character, like he was, I mean, just on the set of the Murray Franklin show, that is a madman. There was none of that in this movie. The madman performance that Joaquin Phoenix gave in Joker 1 that gave him the Oscar of Best Actor, they completely leashed him in this movie and did not allow him out at all. They didn't give Arthur Fleck the Oscar in Joker 1. For him, I mean, yeah, he was a good Arthur Fleck and all of that. And he had some great scenes as Arthur Fleck. But he won the Oscar for how he acted as the Joker. Because it was so shockingly good out of nowhere. Then to go into this movie and to only let him be the Joker for 12 minutes, and for 6 of those minutes, he's giving his best Froghorn Leghorn impression. How's that going to win you a second Academy Award? Or don't you at least want to win that? What else can you say besides like just imploding? Can be so close to your project that you miss exactly what the world loved about it. Do you notice that both the most 2 recent Batman movies that came out, in both of them, the villain was 4chan?
Remember Fight Club? Has it been a while since you saw that movie?
Yeah, I remember it.
Remember we talked about like David Fincher, he could have done like a Fight Club thing here. This is kind of what happens in Fight Club. It's like this whole movement starts because of his like crazy erratic behavior, but you know, it's like an all men's club in Fight Club.
Right.
And here's the thing, this is like the HR version of Fight Club. It's you get to the height of Tyler Durden, but then, you know, you can't be Tyler Durden because that's mean. It's like if HR made Fight Club.
You're right. You're totally right. This movie is a ripoff. It's just the HR version of Fight Club. Except it's also just, for some reason, a courtroom drama setting. Because, yeah, he gets a movement, and it's a men's club type thing, and people are rallying behind, and the underclass rising up to take down the ruling class. Those themes are there, just like in Fight Club. You know, the only difference is that the message of this movie is don't do that, and do not leave your house under any circumstances. Yeah, make spreadsheets for the rest of your life, and don't enjoy movies. Don't enjoy any movies anymore. The only 2 movies where they do Joker and Harley, they ruined their relationship in both of them. This one on screen, and in the Suicide Squad one, they ruined it off screen. Margot Robbie did not like the Joker. Apparently, he had too many jokes for everyone. People weren't ready for his style of jokes. You know, if Jared Leto would have been in this movie, I guarantee you creatively he would have not let this happen to his character. I'm just saying that. You know, everyone wants to hate on the Jared Leto Joker. I guarantee you if Jared Leto was in Joker 2 as the Joker, they were recasting the Joker and they let him come back or something, I don't know, whatever, that he would have creatively put his foot down and said, I'm not letting Connor Starry be the Joker, I'm the Joker, and I have it tattooed on my fucking head. So, fuck off. You got to imagine that Joaquin Phoenix probably is, I would imagine he's kind of pissed a little bit. I mean, you get an Oscar for portraying the Joker, and then the second movie you get playing the Joker, you find out at the end of the movie that you're not the Joker. That you were just Arthur Jokes. Yeah, the only enjoyable parts of this movie was just talking about the terrible mistakes that they made, I guess. I don't think this is the end of the Joker. I don't think that we'll be seeing Connor Starry as the Joker. I think that's the last we've seen of him. And so I'm not sure how to add him on any Joker tier ranking lists, considering he was only on screen as the Joker for 13 seconds in 2 Joker movies combined. Gonna be kind of hard to figure out where he falls in there. But we'll figure it out. We always figure it out. We always get it done. We know our Joker rankings. We take them very seriously. And so he'll be ranked as a Joker, as he should. It'll just be really fucking low. Should we start it over? Okay, let's start. We'll start the movie. Let's start it over. So you see what's going on here? You see the complexities. What do you see? It's a man, it's a shadow of a man in a mask. What does it mean?
That Todd Phillips has become an empty shell of himself.
What it means to me is that they're already trying to shove themes down your throat that weren't there. But they're trying to do it really fast right away with a little Looney Tunes animation. They're trying to shove themes down your... Like, the ending of the movie of Joker, it's just Joker now. But in this, they're trying to establish that it's not. Right away, really fast. So that they can do their movie. And not worry about the movie that... The other silly little movie they made. That just so happened to win an Oscar. How the hell do you do that? Make a Joker movie that wins an Oscar. And then you hire a solid 6 Lady Gaga to star in the sequel. Lady Gaga. We love her. The singing, the dancing. Alright.
The parties.
The parties. The symbols. At this point in the movie, I'm still thinking like maybe it's still gonna be good, because you kind of look at when I went to the movie. At this point, I was still writing things down. And, the blood dripping down for the frown face of the Joker, and the white shaving cream for the makeup of the Joker. The guards laughing as he slowly is becoming the Joker. I don't know why they did that, because that actually makes no sense, because he never became the Joker. And then tried to Lady Gaga on the stairs, and it didn't work out.
Damn, it didn't even work out?
No, he actually banged her. Joker finally gets laid. So, at least we had that going for us. At least the incel community had that.
And then we're going to build a mountain.
There is a reoccurring theme here that they're going to build a mountain.
A what?
She says it multiple times in the movie. Her and Joker, they're going to build a mountain. I don't know what that was all about. I don't know what the mountain was. It was a mountain of shit. It was a mountain of shit. Ass. What is the point of having her keep saying, like, we're going to build a mountain over and over again just to betray him at the end of the movie? And what even does that mean? We're going to build a mountain. I just hate that.
Did you really watch that TV movie they made about me 20 times?
How many times are they going to bring up this TV movie about, kind of an interesting concept, you would think. And also, already in this movie, there's so many references to the past movie. They're talking about Kill the Mother and Murray Franklin, and just like why he's in jail for everything from the last movie. And it's everything that's happening in this movie is all because of the last movie. It's not trying to be its own thing really at all. But they do have something interesting going there, where it's someone made a Lifetime movie about Joaquin Phoenix. Who plays the Lifetime Joaquin Phoenix Joker in the Joker universe? It'd be hilarious if it was Jared Leto.
I grew up in the same neighborhood. Me and my friends used to take that staircase to school every day.
I need to address that point. Me and my friends used to take that staircase to school every day. How does anyone know about the staircase? How does anyone know about the staircase? What is it? What is the significance of the staircase? The significance of the staircase from the first movie is that it's a sick movie poster, and I bought it.
The movie universe. Logic, how did they know he did that thing on the stairs?
I don't know either. It would be like, have you ever walked across that bridge that Ted Bundy used before he killed all those people? Like, yeah, he used a road to get somewhere. Yeah, the Joker used
on the I-90. You ever been on the I-90?
Me and my friends used to use that I-90, and we hate the system too.
It's like the Joker did a jig on some stairs, and for some reason that's also in the Lifetime movie that you never get to goddamn see. As soon as he was spotted, it was by the police and he started running. So I don't know. Maybe in the police report it said he was really good at dancing on stairs.
And for once in my life, I didn't feel so alone anymore.
That's an interesting theme I can get behind. That's what this whole movie should have been about. Is his movement, and it shouldn't be so focused on Todd Phillips feeling guilty that he made a good movie. It should be focused on, the Joker world and not, trying to tell people in real life to stay off 4chan. I had several friends go to this movie and not know that it was a musical. Multiple friends of mine went to this movie and had absolutely no idea they were going to see a musical. There's 18 songs.
Oh.
They don't use the fact that it's a musical in any interesting way, in my opinion. I thought that, hey, musicals aren't my thing. Love stories, also not really my thing. But, I figure, okay, the first movie is kind of like a mystery, thriller type thing.
Yeah,
so
psychological.
Yeah, like a psychological thriller.
So this could be...
So now I'm thinking, all right, Todd Phillips is really just trying to flex his muscles, and he's trying to show us that he can also make a love story musical. I wasn't really too into it, but I'm thinking, hey, maybe some people might like it. I don't know. And then on the third movie, he can make an action movie with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Who was Keanu Reeves going to be? The Penguin. That's the Joker.
That's him.
That's the Joker. That's the real Joker. Not the one they gave the Oscar to. It's Connor's story. You dumb fuck. There's been themes in comic books of Joker being in Arkham and not being able to smile. Like he lost his smile. But he only gets a smile back because of Batman. Well, they can't do that in this movie because Batman is 7 years old. So that's not going to work. So who gives him his smile back? Lady Gaga. Is any of that interesting? 30 minutes in so far, I would say not really. 30 minutes into Joker 1, we were cruising. Very interesting. Every scene was just hitting. I think it was close to the 30 minutes in that he had already shot some dude. Or was getting ready to shoot some dude.
I already know how this is gonna end.
I don't know why she says this cryptic weird shit in this movie. We're gonna build a mountain. You already know how this ends. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about, you dumb bitch? See the yellow symbolism on his side? And on her side, it's like the green.
Yeah.
What does it all mean? I liked it more when, Jared Leto was driving around in Ferraris with Margot Robbie. They just keep dragging him back to this prison. Over and over. Every single time I feel like he starts to get away from the prison, the story starts to get interesting. And then they just drag him back every time, all the way up to the very end of the movie. The end of the movie ends in the prison.
Any defense?
No, Your Honor, the defense rests.
What is the point of people cheering that the defense rests? For me, as a low IQ moviegoer, I am very stressed out at the idea of letting the defense rest in such a high-profile case. I don't want to see the Joker go to jail for the rest of his life. I want to see the Joker 3. Can we build some type of defense or maybe do something with this movie that's halfway interesting? Hour and 36 minutes into this movie. God damn. Oh, moving at a snail's pace here. Let's just let this thing play out.
We're gonna build a mountain.
Oh. They mentioned the TV movie again. The amount of times they mention the TV movie, you think that they'd show you the goddamn TV movie. I want to see who's in the TV movie. I want to see who plays the Joker. Because then there could be 3 Jokers in this movie. Whole thing of like, we have to make the diary relevant from the last movie. Why? Just move on. Who gives a shit about his diary and the jokes he... I don't know. You're going to see so much of this. This whole trial is just to talk about Joker 1. What was the point of the musical if you're not going to make a hit song with Lady Gaga? Why are you singing a bunch of campfire songs? They're just singing campfire songs and show tunes.
I would have liked to see at the end of this movie, like the Joker operating almost like Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Everyone on Reddit is telling me that's not the point. That the point is that he's not the Joker. And I just keep saying, why is the movie called Joker 2?